Zambia has a population of about 17 million people, mainly young people. Zambia is blessed with a population of mainly young people who unfortunately continue being endangered by HIV.
My name is Dua Sakala and I'm HIV positive. I tested HIV positive in 2001 when I was engaged and married, after which my fiancé left me. And 2005 I started taking my medication, ARVs, and since then I eventually became undetectable, and in 2015 I decided to have a child who is also HIV negative. My message to the people out there who probably have never been for a test or are scared to go for a test, I'll tell them HIV is very real, and I'm a living testimony to testify to that.
In response to the current scourge and situation of HIV in Zambia, the Boston's Children's Hospital has held a workshop. This is a peer influencers workshop featuring candidates from the United Nations Development Programme and the Ministry of Health, as well as notable musicians from Zambia. The Ministry of Health, through the Health Promotions Department, shares more about the current statistics on HIV.
From our latest statistics, which is the Zambia of 2016, about 12.3% of Zambian adults aged 15 to 45 are HIV positive. And HIV is higher in urban areas at 18.2% compared to the rural areas, where it's at 9.1 according to the Demographic Health Survey.
This is talking about HIV prevalence by sex and also by age. So if we look down here, prevalence is almost the same amongst the males and females. So the females are the ones in the blue and then the males in the black. So when we get to the adolescent stage, say from 15 going way up to the 40s, the females have a very high prevalence. And we all know that there could be some social factors that could be responsible for this.
We dropped the ball somehow. In the 80s and 90s, we really emphasized on prevention, while we also talked about treatment. In the recent past, we've mostly emphasized treatment. We know that treatment is some kind of prevention, but it cannot only be the way. And so we want to reactivate this fire and ensure that the key messages of prevention can also reach, especially the younger generation. Those who've been born in the last 15 years haven't heard anything about HIV prevention.
Esther Chungu says HIV is still as real as it was 10 years ago.
For me, especially being a youth and being a part of the age group that is really indulging in so many negative vices and activities, it is a reminder for me to use my voice to convey the right message, and that is to wake up to the fact that HIV is still as real as it was 10 years ago.
Chef 187 takes on the responsibility.
Very happy to be here. My music influences a lot of people, a lot of young people out there in society. So I feel the onus is on me to sort of influence positivity in society. And workshops like these are always going to be welcome for that simple fact.
Chile Shebwalia appreciates a different mindset drawn from the workshop.
I just have a different mindset about it, and just being able to be a part of a team that wants to work towards sensitizing people and helping people it's a great privilege for me. It's an honor. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to work with the entire team, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Obviously we're here today to talk about HIV. However, you could use this framework to say what nutrition behaviour are we trying to encourage, or what maternal and child health issue are we trying to encourage, or what psychological issue are we trying to address here. So I think Dr. Bickham has used this specifically around HIV, but we can use this framework in so many different ways, and so that's really exciting, and I think every artist and every person can put their own stamp on that.
Abel, God's general, feels rejuvenated to help the situation.
Sitting in the workshop has made me realize that the call for us to preach the message on HIV and AIDS and get people spreading this message has gone down. And so, you know, this workshop just rejuvenated me to the place where I realized we need to do more.
Wezi feels empowered to become a better activist.
My thoughts about this workshop and the collaboration are simple and basic, very enriching. They say knowledge is power, so I think that I've been empowered and impacted in a positive way, that I've been given the tools to be a better activist than I was even before. You know, I've been doing social commentary music before I did this workshop, and I've been working for this cause to make sure that, you know, we end the stigma around HIV and also tame the spread of this virus.
It's King Dizzo. I'm making money in my city, no wait, city to city. Why you think I need Dana Z, Jay-Z?
Slap D appreciates the inspiration to do more.
Right now, I feel inspired, I feel motivated to do more stuff, to do great stuff, and to remind everybody that HIV and AIDS is still alive, and we need to do something to bring the numbers down. Whatever we can, however we can. I am the voice, you are the voice. Together we are a bigger voice. Let's do this show.
James Sakala acknowledges the gloomy statistics around HIV in Zambia.
As a person, as an artist, I feel like this was a good initiative, because we have been given information that we didn't know about, you know, stuff like numbers, you know, numbers on how this thing is fluctuating in our country. And artists, as artists, you know, we have that strong voice to influence a lot of people, and we are the ones who are supposed to be equipped with such knowledge, so we can share the right knowledge to the people, to our peers.
Is it possible that someone with a very healthy immune system gets TB? Yes. Maybe you were taking a nap. Maybe he was just such a strong case of tuberculosis that he's able to touch him. So that's possible, okay? So that's why healthy people can get HIV. Now, keep holding. Get TB. Can get TB, thank you. Now, keep holding. Now we're going to talk about what someone with HIV looks like, okay? So I am HIV, okay? I'm coming in. I'm smart. I see that I'm not going to be able to get to Ephraim, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk and compromise his immune system, right? So you just keep having conversation, you're living your life, and I'm going to say, hey, James, let's go.
It's better, James.
Hey, James.
Daxon is happy to know more about HIV and the situation today.
And I think this will help us as musicians to answer a lot of questions in terms of HIV and AIDS. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to talk to more people. I think now I have more information than it was before. It was just a song when you just hear about AIDS, HIV, and I thought I had all the information.
Just so privileged to be a part of this, awakening, and I think for me we've been in a workshop where we had fun, and also we learned a lot, because I think then we begin to influence people positively, and just tell people to say, you know what, it's never too late. You can get tested, and you can actually live for many years actually.
For us, using the UNDP system, I think we can go in any office with that UN, behind your back. Nobody would refuse you to get into an office. Any time we can make an appointment.
So maybe for this first song, if you boil it down, like in Worth More, we had one message, which is that you're worth more than material things. So in the song, the message is wake up, like HIV is the thing, and then you talk about it, about like threats and the fact that you think it's not a threat, you don't see the posters, whatever it is.
Chirikuli ina sentao yogona panchito no tao ya Ukanimanje.